Hey guys, Barretus here and welcome back to Feed the Beast. So, last episode we got our item Tesseracts built, which... Oh god, Enderman. He is not happy, is he? No. Ah yeah, we got that built and it's set up down there now, feeding items into the sorting system. I didn't get around to fixing up the processing facility yet. So I shut it off. I also shut off the main factory power because I think the rolling machine doesn't store energy. It just builds up this buffer and then slowly degrades. So it was... I noticed after I'd stopped using these machines that there was still a line of energy traveling down into this area, and it looks like it was the rolling machine. Because now that I've turned it off, the rolling machines run out of power. So that's my theory on that, so I just shut that off for the moment. I also turned off the Quarry just before because I don't want it to finish before we get the Energy Tesseract built, which is what we're going to be doing today. So, bring it up here, Energy Tesseract. We need lead ingots, silver ingots, electrum ingots, another unattuned Tesseract, and redstone conductance coil. Alright, let's get the Tesseract built first. So, let's see, hardened glass again, which was lead and pulverized obsidian. To make 2 of them, we need 4, so we need 4 of each. So 4 lead and 4 obsidian, was it? How many did we get? Yeah, 4. And that's for each one, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unless I'm just going crazy, which is possible. Where's our lead? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, okay. So we'll get the obsidian macerating, pulverizing, crushing. Get that all crushed up. And we're going to have to make electrum too, which I think is just gold and silver mixed together, but we'll have to look at that. Now put half in there, half in there. Knock that pipe out again so it's not in the way. So they don't flow away, rather. And actually I better turn the power back on to the processing. I turned that off because I figured there won't be any ores travelling down there, but actually we're going to need that on. Processing. Eventually I'll have a sign when I set these up properly so I know what I'm turning on and off, rather than having to check each transmitter. Okay, oh, and these are flying everywhere. How many we got? Oh, that's all 8. Cool. Didn't take very long at all, and they're already charging back up. So our furnace is in here. Our, what was it? Induction smelter? Yeah, induction smelter. So lead, pulverized obsidian, and it takes 2 for each, doesn't it? Yeah. 2. Alright, I got the right amount of obsidian, wrong amount of lead. That's what I did wrong. It's no problem. Just take this back. There we go. So there's our 8 hardened glass. What else did we need? 4 tin and a diamond for each one. Now we don't have any diamonds up here, do we? No, because this is full of flint. Yeah. We do have iron. We only have 4 gold, so let's grab 3 of them. We don't want to take them all because otherwise that'll screw up another barrel in the sorting system. We got 4 gold there, that's enough to make a diamond, but we need to make more. Let's grab that iron, grab that tin, throw that in there. Grab our minium stone and 1 diamond. And... oh, this is where it gets expensive. 2, 3, 4 of them. Second diamond. Now we also need, let's see, we need 4 8 ender pearls. Whoops. 8 of them. And we can actually put them in there now. So where did they go? They went in the magma crucible. So we'll get them melted down. They'll go straight into the transposer, and we can push the liquid back into the tesseracts and we've built them, which we can do right now. So 2 diamonds in the middle. Our hardened glass, like that, and 4 tin. There we go, 2 empty tesseract frames. Now we throw them in the transposer, and they should start filling up. Yes. The main facility has no power, so we'll flick that on. Yep, so now it has power. And right, that gets us our unattuned tesseracts. So to make the energy tesseract, we need 2 lead, 2 silver. Oh, that's handy. We brought down enough lead with us. So we have the lead. We don't have any silver down here. No bronze. No. Okay, so we're going to grab some silver. And I think we're going to have to make some more gold for the electrum. So let's grab another stack of iron. Let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4 for each craft. I think we need 1, 2 to make the electrum. Actually, what's this? Ferrous. Oh, no, that's not what we want. Okay, so I think we use the smelter. 2 silver, and we'll have to grab 2 gold from over here. More minium stone fun. I've already made one of these on single player because they're just... It's just so handy to be able to convert these into whatever you need. Smelter. Like that. That should make, well, it's crafting. Yeah, electrum. Bang. Nice and fast too. So 4 electrum. And we need 1 electrum on top of each one. And we also need an electrum for each conductance coil. So we have redstone. 2 redstone. And an electrum gets us our 2 conductance coils. And our tesseract should be full by now. Yep. Alright. And now we just put it all together. So unattuned tesseract, conductance coil, 2 electrum, 2 silver. So I think it was silver. And 2 lead. There we go, 2 energy tesseracts. Alright, so these should work the same way as the other one. And that we can set to, I don't know, channel 1, call it Quarry power. We'll save the frequency, set the frequency, close, double click that, set the frequency. Although I think that resets when we pick them up, but we've made the frequency and we've saved it, so we can just pull it up when we need it now. So first of all, turn off processing, turn off the main factory, and we'll set it up over here first. Then we can run back and set up one in the power station and turn it on. So I actually think what I can do is just place these directly adjacent to this and it'll work. So we'll test that with this one actually. If I place it right there, right click it, set it to Quarry power. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Now we can fly over here, set this up at the power station, and we should have remote or wireless power, which will be very handy. Get down here, and I'll probably set it up here actually. I don't want to set it up in the factory proper because in the power station proper, because if the engines blow up for some reason, I don't want it to blow this up as well. So for now, we'll just set it one pipe shooting off, put it there. And actually, we'll have to move that wireless receiver. We'll grab that too. We'll set that up right now. So let's grab that, which was set to 22, and grab that one. Okay, fly over here. And actually, I'll break this. Break that. And let's just set it up right on top here. So put the power switch pipe there. And actually, I'll raise it up one block. Just because, knowing my luck, if I put the Tesseract on top of a dirt block, if they explode, that'll still be enough to destroy the Tesseract. So I'll do this. Like that. So we have our power pipe. Place another torch there just in case. Put our Energy Tesseract down. We set it to frequency 1. And then we just have to place our wireless receiver. Like that. Set it to Quarry power. Alright, close that. That's set. So now let's grab our remote. And we'll set it to Quarry power. Cool. So, right click, power connects, whoops. Power flows through it too. Excellent, so that should be working. Let's go turn the power on proper, and then we'll fly over to the quarry and make sure it's working. Get away from me, spider. Close that. Let's go to sleep. Okay, Quarry is 22, so we'll flick that on. Just do a quick check over here that yes, the Quarry is on, which it is. So now we can run over here, sprint over here because it's nice and quick. And we can already see the Quarry arm moving, so that's definitely working. So that pretty much means that's a success. And I could... If I break this, it's going to spit items everywhere, but I'm going to anyway. Make sure I pick it up. Come, oh, no, come here. Break that. Grab our Tesseract, place it there. Set it to Quarry, and no more items are shooting out. Nice, so that's very compact. And that will work perfectly. So now I just have to break this gold pipe, which I'll do off camera. You don't need to see me do that. Yeah, we'll break that, and that'll probably do for now. Actually, there's probably something else I want to try. Though I might have to move the Energy Tesseract. Yeah, I will, but we can try it. I think... because it won't draw power once it's out of work, so if we put a gate over here, we can... Ah, but we don't have an override yet for the engines. Nah. Alright, what I was thinking was doing was adding a gate after the power switch pipe, so that if we have the Quarry turned on, and it runs out of work, it'll do an override and shut down the engines, so that they don't overheat and explode. That's not perfect, but that just made me think of a different option. So what I want to do... Let's see what gates we have lying around. So we have a normal gate, we should have an iron and a... No, it should be two different iron gates somewhere as well in here. Iron ore gate and iron ant gates. We'll grab them. And we'll grab... what else can we try and use here? It's probably all we need. Maybe. Grab that torch, we might need them. got a little bit of redstone, even if I just have to sort of hack this together to try it first. So what I want to do is set up, yeah, if I hack it together first, it's fine, it'll work. So I'm going to break that, so the engines will turn off. I think that means I can't start them until their heat runs out too. I know some engines do that, or they used to do that, I'm not sure. Anyway, what I want to do is place a gate. I don't know if the normal gate will work for this, but we'll try it. So I place a gate here, and we right click it. Can we set it to pipe empty? No, pipe power traversing. Redstone signal, redstone off. So pipe empty, and we want you to emit a signal. So we might be able to do this with basic pipe. So what I want to do is set that to there. Now if I place redstone here, will that is emitting power, good. So if we do that and we invert it there, that is right. That's what I want it to do, yeah. So when there's no power traveling up here, that inverts and turns this off. So all we need then is like a kickstart for the engine. So if I put this lever here and turn it on, yeah, we have to wait for them to cool. Bugger. Okay, I'll have to wait for that, I guess, but while it's fresh in my mind, I'll explain what I'm thinking here. So basically, while this pipe is empty, which means there's no power being drawn to anywhere in the factory or the surrounding area, while there's no power being drawn out, this lights up, which inverts this torch, which turns this off. So the idea would be that as long as there is something in the factory that's both switched on and is actually using power, these engines will keep running. But as soon as, say we turned off everything except the quarry and just left the quarry running overnight, and the quarry finished in the middle of the night sometime, so then nothing is drawing power, rather than the engines just building and building and building up power in the wooden pipes like we saw with the steam engines a lot, and then eventually just blowing out those pipes and possibly blowing up themselves if their stored power gets too high. I'm not sure how that works, but rather than that happening, this pipe says, oh, there's no power going through, and turns it off. Because the theory I have is that when nothing's drawing the power just sits in these pipes. So as long as there's nothing to draw the power along the gold pipes, these will remain empty when there's no work. So that will work as an override to sort of shut this off if there's no work, stop them from exploding. The other side of that I'll have to look at doing is maybe... No, I shouldn't need to make a gate with the water or the fuel. Mostly the water. As long as I have enough water per aqueous accumulator to cover however many engines are attached to it, we won't have to worry about running out of water. We shouldn't get chunk problems like you would with the pump and infinite water spring method. That was a problem with no players being nearby, which shouldn't be a problem with the accumulator because it doesn't run off infinite water springs. It just runs off one water block nearby. So that should work fine. Good, these are out of heat. So now we can see if this works. So right now only the quarry is connected, and the quarry and the refinery are both running. So they will both draw power. So right now these things need power, but because there's no power already traveling through, it stays off. I guess the more efficient method would be to set a gate on each machine and have like a has work. If it has work, send a signal, and that will turn the engines on if they need to be turned on. But doing that would require a gate on every machine in the factory, each quarry, each machine in the refinery, each ore processing machine. Everything would need a gate and a transmitter to send a signal. So really, really expensive. This way isn't as foolproof, I guess. That's not really the word. It isn't as self-sustaining, might be the way to say it. But it's still going to do what we want. But to make this work, I should only have to hit this lever and kickstart the system. Once power starts flowing, we can turn this lever off, and because this will invert, this torch will keep the whole thing running. That's the theory anyway. Alright, let's see if it works. So hit this, power starts flowing, which inverted that, which turns this torch on. So now I should be able to just flick that off. And okay, that almost worked. That's still getting power. Why is that still getting power? Oh! Is that a visual bug? That might be a visual bug, actually. Let's see. I guess we won't know until that runs out of power. Oh, heat. Okay, it's not a visual bug. Maybe it's just a block update error. That's strange. You all saw that, right? Once I turned that off, redstone powering this block would keep this engine running, but that one shouldn't have gotten power from anywhere, but it was still working. Until I destroyed this red wire, and then it updated and shut itself off. Strange, but I can fix that for now anyway. Just to make sure it runs both ways, I'll just put red wire down there, and this one should activate once it's... Actually, why isn't it activating? What's going on? These are all running. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it must have been something to do with the heat then. I might have to look into that. That could be a bug with red power. Possibly. It's either a visual bug that redstone connecting to red wire doesn't light it up, or it's like a block update bug with it turning off that way. Something, I don't know. But that's working now anyway. So while there's power passing through there, the override keeps the engines running, and if we go outside and... I'll just sleep quickly. Get us through the night, and then if I shut off everything... Come on, sleep through the night. Okay. Let's get down to my hotbar. So, first of all, if we turn off the refinery, we'll go out here and we'll see power heading down here should stop. It hasn't, but it's split like that. I think that's just a visual bug. I think right now only the quarry is drawing power. That's the only solid line. I think that's just a visual bug with those little segments. But that's fine, it's still running. Now if we go in here and we turn off the quarry as well, we should be able to go out here and we'll see the engines should... The override should trigger because there's no work, and the engines should turn themselves off. So that's turned off properly. all the lines have gone, the engines are now off. And you can see there's a little bit of power still in here. And it's gone. Yeah, okay, that works. So it's not brilliant, but as long as we remember to turn off the starter switch, basically, as long as we remember to turn that off, this override will stop these engines from blowing out the pipes. So I think I'll have to wait for these to cool down to 0 before I can fire them back up, but I'll do that off camera anyway. We've definitely gone long enough now. I've rambled long enough. So yeah, so we got our Energy Tesseracts done. So once the quarry finishes now, we can just... Well, once it finishes, yeah, we can just relocate it without having to worry about running pipes and eventually having to chunk load pipelines and stuff. None of that to worry about now. We just have to move our 2 Tesseracts and our quarry to the new area, set it up, and it'll just start working straight away. So I'll get that pipe ripped up before next episode, and I'll fix up the sorting system, and we should be able to see it all running. All running smoothly again, like it was before I started tearing things apart. So yeah, that'll do for this one, guys. I'll just see if I can turn these back on before we go. Yeah, okay. Kickstart them. And that one's the only one that started running. Why? Why engines? There must be another... Wait, are these... Oh, these ones are still cooling down. Oh, okay, but only because that one engine started it sending power, so that's turned back on. So these will just power on again once they've reached whatever they have to cool down to start running. Alright, that's cool, that's fine. That is perfect. And I'll have to... Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that works. I'll have to try that, set that up in Tempt the Beast as well, because I'm setting up an engine block with combustion engines for my power in there as well, so that will be very handy because you can't just log out on a server and leave your engines running for when you log in next time. You have to either turn everything off before you log out or have safeties like that set up so nothing goes wrong while you're gone. But yeah, that's good. Alright guys, that'll do for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.